And hello, good people of the internet. It is I, Tommy Kelly. This is Adventures in Moo, and we're going to do some 3-card 47 readings today. So let's get straight into this. The first one is from Lynn. I am continuing to focus on a relationship with the saint. Who should I ask him to introduce to me this month? This will be an interesting one because it's a 3-card reading. It'll be 3 people, I suppose, but usually these sort of questions are more, suitable, I suppose, in one sense to a 1-card reading. But let's see what happens. Such an expert at flat shuffling cards. Okay. Who should the saint introduce to Lynn this month? The Guru, the Moon, and the Lovers. So, this is one of the things that's like, it's going to be hard to do a reading because that's literally the answer there is these are the 3 people that you should be introduced to, or you should ask the saint. There's no further question now. But all I can do is kind of explain what each of the cards represent. The Guru, of course, is practical use of knowledge, actually doing something, rather than, say, studying plumbing videos on the internet and knowing everything there is to know about plumbing. You actually go and fix your tap. He would show you how to fix the tap rather than, say, knowing the theory behind plumbing or whatever. That's a terrible example. But it's an application or applied knowledge. So that's what the Guru represents. Being able to take all the things that you know and be able to actually do something in your life with it, rather than just having the knowledge of something. Rather than being an armchair occultist, being an actual occultist. The Moon can symbolize many things. It depends on the context, of course. The Moon is about hope. And hope can be both a good and a bad thing. It can be the light in the darkness to get you through the night. But it also can be the false hope of thinking that something good is going to happen and of course doesn't, and then it can be more shattering to you had you just not had the hope in the first place, if you just had accepted it in the first place. The reason why it represents that, of course, is that the moon has no natural light of its own. It's just reflecting the sunlight, which also means that the moon is to do with illusions and lies and deceptions and stuff like that as well. So there's an element of not exactly lies, I suppose, maybe deception or things not being exactly the way you think they are. Things aren't being as the way they are presented. The moon, it's an interesting card. It's a bit different from the tarot card version of it, although there is crossover. The Lovers is about the comfort of a stable relationship where things are working. It's past the kind of glamour of the original version of the relationship, the kind of lust period, the honeymoon period, the things where you can't keep your hands off each other, all of that. And it's more into the relationship stuff where, you've maybe moved in together, you're comfortable with each other, you've maybe split bills, or you've got into a kind of a groove with each other, and it's not kind of all fireworks and everything, but there's a very nice, comforting relationship, proper friendship, proper companionship, that kind of thing. So it doesn't obviously have to represent just relationships, because it can also represent, say if you got it was with regard to your job, it could be that you're getting into the groove with that. You're getting into the zone, you're getting comfortable with it, you understand how it works, what to do, you're becoming sort of like not necessarily maybe even an expert, but you know how to do your job. It's not like the training period of your job where you're just kind of a bit all over the place and you don't really know how the computer works, or you don't really know how the system works or whatever. You know all these things and you're now in your groove. So there are, just to double check your question. Continuing to focus on a relationship with the saint, who should I ask him to introduce me to this month? There are the 3 people that you should ask him to introduce you to this month. So the next question is Saphira. Which servant should I work with this month to ensure a most favourable outcome with my development? Again, this is another one that would be more suited to a 1-card reading if you were just because you're asking which one servant. So we will say, let's maybe try this approach a bit different. That the first one card that comes out will be the servant you're meant to work with, the protector, and then why. Okay, so the most favourable outcome is to protect yourself because you're in danger of being depleted, of things running out, and from over-exploring, from pushing your boundaries too much. To not in a physical way, in a kind of not in an emotional way, but more in an intellectual way, coming with new ideas, maybe spreading yourself a bit too thin, trying to understand new concepts without fully integrating the concepts you already know, like getting into new territory. It'd be like trying to study hoodoo, and in the middle, before you've really got a full grasp of hoodoo, you switch and you start also studying voodoo, or I don't know, chaos magic, something else. It's a different discipline, something like that, or cooking, or something completely different. But you're just, you're spreading yourself too thin intellectually, or there's a danger of it, and you have to protect yourself from that, because ultimately this could lead to a depletion. Because the reason why I'm saying that is this is the reason, this is what it leads to. This is the thing that's this is the factor that is informing the protection, and this is the possible outcome. That's the way I'm reading these 3 cards. So yeah, don't try to do too much intellectually. Don't try to learn too much. Don't try to spread yourself too widely. Maybe concentrate a bit more on something specific, and take breaks and be rest, and don't think you have to fully, completely and utterly know everything all the time, or be studying all the time, or constantly broadening your horizons intellectually, because it can lead to burnout, depletion, and you need to protect yourself from that. So that is the 3 card readings for patrons this month. There will be some more videos coming up where I'm going to do a 5 card reading and 2 9 card readings. So check that out next.